and beyond the call of duty. If you're a full-time teacher of grades kindergarten through 12, Country offers a 10% discount on your auto insurance. It's our way of saying thanks for taking on a big responsibility. See a Country financial representative today for more information and to learn about the other ways we can help you achieve financial security.
Hi, I'm Sandy Smith, your Country financial representative in Hoopeston. Call me today at 283-7703.
'Tis the season of holiday bills, and a $150 credit on your cell phone bill would go a long way. When you switch your current cellular or home phone number to Cellular One, you get a $150 credit. To make it even better, you get it on Cellular One's great new unlimited talk, unlimited text, and unlimited 4G data plan. Starting at just $49.99 a month. The more lines, the merrier. You get a $150 credit for each line switch. Restrictions apply. See Cellular One for details.
What's your idea of financial security?
Goal number one. I want to make sure there's some kind of safety net for my family. Oh, just peace of mind. You know, no coulda, woulda, shouldas.
No matter where you're starting from, your Country financial representative can provide you with a tangible plan to protect what you have today and plan for the future. At Country, we always ask, what's your idea of financial security?
Hi, I'm Dave Harvey, your Country financial representative in Danville. Call me today at 431-8722.
Hi, this is Sherry, one of the Little Trophies. It's amazing how time flies. It seems like just the other day my brother and I were recording our first Mr. Trophy commercial. Now my little boy is carrying on the tradition. Even though time passes, things change, businesses come and go, Mr. Trophy has been a constant in the community for 35 years. You'll receive the same friendly customer service and quality products at reasonable prices. And as always, you receive free engraving on all items purchased at Mr. Trophy. So the next time you need a special award, trophy, plaque, medallion, you name it, contact Mr. Trophy in Oakwood. Alex, what should they do?
Call Vicky at Mr. Trophy 354-4945.
Call Alex's Grandma Vicky at Mr. Trophy 354-4945.
If you're looking for a great price on a great vehicle, Vermilion Automotive is just the place for you. And it's never been a better time to buy. At Vermilion Automotive, they put you in the driver's seat. They're the home of the area's largest selection at the lowest prices. So whether you're looking for a new Chevrolet, Buick, or GMC, or even one of their pre-owned vehicles, they've got the right deal for you. Come experience their personal, no-pressure approach that puts your needs and budget first. If you want it, you've got it. Their prices can't be beat. If you're looking for a great price and excellent fuel economy in one stylish vehicle, check out the Chevy Cruze. At 36 miles per gallon, the Cruze is everything a compact car should be and more. So come to Vermilion Automotive now, where they have the largest selection at the lowest prices. They're easy to find off I-74 in Tilton, or visit them 24/7 at VermilionChevy.com.
Actual mileage may vary.
Back on VermilionCountyFirst.com for the 2015 Boys and Girls Vermilion County Tournament. Here on VermilionCountyFirst.com, day one of the tournament, we get ready for the last girls game of this morning, or as we roll into the afternoon. About 1:30 Central Time here in Danville, Illinois. Matthew Gokin alongside me, Ken Skinner, as we get set. Bismarck-Henning taking on Georgetown-Ridgefarm. It should be a good game. Two games before us right here. Both pretty good games early on, and then both teams kind of winning it out so far today. As we wrap up, Armstrong-Potomac started off with Westville. Westville hung around, but Armstrong-Potomac ended up defeating them 37-32, and then Oakwood defeated Hoopeston area 40-20 as we get set for game number 3 here today, Bismarck-Henning and Georgetown-Ridgefarm. Ken, what will you be looking for in this one?
Well, I think perennially speaking, you know, Bismarck-Henning has had good teams, you know, over the past, 10 to 15 years. Mike Stevens has been a coach in the area for a long time, knows what he wants, does a really good job of coaching and getting the kids to play the game the way he wants it played. So that will make it tough, of course, for Georgetown-Ridgefarm. Don't know a whole lot about them, but you know, that's again, you know, it's the county tournament, it's bragging rights, it's all that stuff. So you know, you just never know what might come out of it. It's, you know, this could be another really good game. So we'll see what happens.
Let's take a 1-minute timeout when we come back. Starting lineups and much more from the 2015 Vermilion County Tournament here on VermilionCountyFirst.com.
Got metals? Get money at Mervis Recycling. If you've got scrap, Mervis is the only place to bring your aluminum, copper, brass, and steel. With over 90 years of scrap recycling experience, Mervis makes it fast and easy with our clean, convenient facilities and certified scales. Come to Mervis. Get in, get out, and get paid. 14 South Henning in Danville. Or visit Mervis.com. Mervis Recycling. Worth its weight.
What's your idea of financial security?
We need to know we have enough insurance for emergencies.
And making sure we have a good plan for our retirement.
No matter where you're starting from, your country financial representative can provide you with a tangible plan to protect what you have today and plan for the future. At Country, we always ask, what's your idea of financial security?
Hi, I'm Alan Pusey, your country financial representative in Fairmount. Call me today at 733-2154.
Back here at the David S. Palmer Arena for game number 3 of 6 today, the Bismarck-Henning Lady Blue Devils taking on the Georgetown-Ridgefarm Lady Buffaloes here today. Game 3 of 6, like I mentioned so far, we just talked about Armstrong-Potomac 37-32 over Westville. Oakwood over Hoopeston area 40-20. Bismarck-Henning taking on Georgetown-Ridgefarm right now. And can we talk about each team will have a day off? For the girls, it's Salt Fork because they are the number 1 seed here in this tournament today.
Right. Looks like they're going to get ready to start with the opening lineups.
Here we go.
For the visiting team on the scoreboard, the Buffaloes from Georgetown-Ridgefarm
will be the visitors today.
Michelle Brooks, assisted by Alan Hall.
Coached by Michelle Brooks.
James Wynn. Starting at guard, a 5'4" junior, number 10, Hannah Glasgow.
First starter will be number 10, Hannah Glasgow.
And for the home team, the Blue Devils.
For the Blue Devils.
Under head coach Mike Stevens, assisted by Joe Foster.
Mike Stevens, the head coach.
Ken Hull and Dustin Dees. Starting at guard, a 5'8" junior, number 2, Lindsay Andrews. At guard for the Buffaloes, a 5'5" junior, number 11, Aubrey Brookshire. At guard for the Blue Devils, a 5'9" junior, number 5, Ella Nelson.
And so far you hear the lineup 5'3" and 5'4" for Georgetown-Ridgefarm compared to 5'7" and 5'9".
Number 12, Emily Bruce.
Now Emily Bruce for Georgetown-Ridgefarm.
Starting at forward for the Blue Devils, a 5'7" sophomore, number 10, Abby Good.
Abby Good.
At forward for the Buffaloes, a 5'8" sophomore, number 14, Sierra
Porter for the Buffaloes.
At forward for the Blue Devils, a 5'9" junior, number 13, Stephanie Bott.
Stephanie Bott.
And starting at center for the Buffaloes, a 6' senior, number 42, Kayla Wolford. And starting at guard for the Blue Devils, a
now for Bismarck-Henning,
senior, number 32,
it's going to be Brooke
Walsh.
So for the Georgetown-Ridgefarm Lady Buffaloes, Hannah Glasgow, Aubrey Brookshire, Emily Bruce, Sierra Porter, and Kayla Wolpert. For the Bismarck-Henning Lady Blue Devils, Lindsay Andrews, Ella Nelson, Abby Good, Stephanie Bott, Brooke Walsh. Matthew Gokin alongside me. Ken Skinner as we get set. Georgetown-Ridgefarm in their visiting purple uniforms. Buffaloes written across the front of the chest and yellow, numbers on the front and back in yellow as well. For the Bismarck-Henning Lady Blue Devils in their home white uniforms, Devils written across the front of the chest in blue, numbers on the front and back in blue outlined in white. To start this game, Bismarck-Henning will be going left to right, Georgetown-Ridgefarm right to left, 8 minutes on the clock. First quarter about to begin as we get set. Here on VermilionCountyFirst.com, tip in the air, and it is controlled by the Bismarck-Henning Lady Blue Devils. This is Nelson with it. Nelson works it far side to Bott, right back to Nelson, top of the key to Walsh. Walsh, top of the key. Now right back to Nelson. Nelson driving in, back to Bott, to Andrews, back to Walsh in the corner. Now Nelson, swing through, will drive inside the paint, off the glass. No good. She gets her putback, and she will go to the line for 2 shots.
Georgetown-Ridgefarm coming out in a man-to-man defense to start the game.
So Ella Nelson quickly to the line. Fouls on Hannah Glasgow.
At the line for the Blue Devils, Ella Nelson.
Free throws brought to you by Cellular One. First one is up and no good. Second one on the way from Nelson. This one is up and good. So 1 of 2 from the line is Ella Nelson for the Cellular One free throws. It will be Georgetown-Ridgefarm on their first possession. It's Brookshire with the basketball. Right to left they come. Far side to Bruce. Bruce on the right wing, back top of the key to Glasgow. Glasgow pulls it down and will reset the offense. 1-0, Bismarck-Henning getting the free throw on their first possession. Now Glasgow will drive inside, and she will dribble off Walsh, and it will stay with Georgetown-Ridgefarm. Bruce will inbound for Georgetown-Ridgefarm. They get this one in. Or excuse me, Bruce. It was Glasgow inbounding. They get it to Bruce. Bruce now trying to drive in. Now picks it up. Goes far side across court to Wolpert. It's a turnover on the Buffaloes. And the County Market fast break begins with Walsh. Up the floor to Nelson for the Blue Devils. Nelson inside. Bad shot. It's pulled down by Brookshire and the Buffaloes. She will bring it across the 10-second line. 1 minute and 10 seconds into this game. 1-0. The Bismarck-Henning Blue Devils leading, but now Brookshire inside to Glasgow. It hangs on the rim. The right-handed layup is no good. It will stay on this end of the floor with Porter grabbing the offensive rebound. Now Bruce from the outside. It's no good. And good for the Blue Devils. Will pull down the defensive rebound.
A lot different watching this game with the man-to-man as opposed to the zone in the last couple of games.
Nelson with it. Now to Andrews. Andrews driving inside, kicks it out to Walsh. Walsh near side in the corner now, back top of the key. Bott, the long shot is up, and it will go over the backboard, out of bounds. And it will go to Georgetown-Ridgefarm.
Both teams seem to be settling in on their offense a little bit. They're taking some quick shots, and they're not exactly getting themselves set real well. So see how things change up.
Bruce with it in front of us, near side with the basketball for the Buffaloes, guarded by Nelson. She works this one inside to Wolpert. Wolpert off the glass, no good. Walsh pulls down the defensive rebound, and she will move up the floor across the 10-second line. Skip pass in the corner to Andrews. Andrews near side in the corner. Skip pass back to Bott, far corner. It's no good on the long 2, and Wolpert pulls it down for the Buffaloes. She gets it to Brookshire. Brookshire across the 10-second line. 1-0, Bismarck-Henning over Georgetown-Ridgefarm. 5.5 minutes left to go in the first quarter. The time and scoreboard brought to you by Educational Personnel Federal Credit Union. Matthew Gokin alongside me, Ken Skinner. The Jocko and Lee's famous recipe chicken and strips press box. Georgetown on offense right there. That was Brookshire who just traveled and turned it over. And now a timeout by Stevens. And the Blue Devils, we will take it here on VermilionCountyFirst.com. 1-0, Bismarck over Georgetown-Ridgefarm. 5.5 minutes left to go in the first quarter.
It's always bigger and better during Courtesy's 2015 New Year's Kickoff event. Every single car, truck, van, and SUV will be price slashed to start the new year off with a bang. They're moving them out at Courtesy and passing on factory rebates and discounts up to $12,000 off MSRP on select new models. There's no better way to start the new year than 0% financing for 72 months with as little as $99 down. Get a jump on the new year. Roll into Courtesy and roll out with the best new car deal in town. Courtesy Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram, 231 West Main Street in Danville.
If your New Year's resolution is to get control of your finances, First Illinois Credit Union can help. Start by transferring those high-interest credit cards to their low-interest Visa and get local service with it. Put the money you'll be saving into an IRA or money market, and you should start to feel real good. Then stop beating yourself up for not being better prepared this Christmas by opening a Christmas Club account for next year. Now that's the making of a real Happy New Year with the help of your friends at First Illinois Credit Union.
Back on VermilionCountyFirst.com. Bismarck with the basketball. Going to the free throw line is Lindsay Andrews. First one is up and good out of the timeout. Bismarck brought it up the floor, lost it, got it back, and then Andrews inside was fouled. Second free throw from the Cellular One free throw line is no good. Bott pulls it down. Bott inside, no good. good off the offensive rebound. Is good for the Bismarck-Henning Lady Blue Devils. 4-0, excuse me. The Blue Devils lead under 5 minutes left to go in this first quarter. You can already tell just the length and the height of Bismarck-Henning really just outmatching Georgetown-Ridgefarm.
Yeah, it will definitely take its toll as the game goes on. And their rebounding is obviously, although Georgetown-Ridgefarm has had some good plays, they just haven't been able to get the ball dropped.
Bruce inside, missed it, back up the floor for the Blue Devils. This is Walsh with the basketball. She travels and turns it over for Georgetown-Ridgefarm, or excuse me, for Bismarck-Henning. Georgetown-Ridgefarm basketball. 4 minutes and 30 seconds left to go in the first quarter. 4-0 like you talked about, Bismarck-Henning and Georgetown-Ridgefarm, but Georgetown staying right with Bismarck-Henning until that turnover right there up the floor. This is Bott with it. Bott had it stripped for just a moment, but keeps it on this end of the floor. And now it will go to Walsh and Nelson. Nelson has it, puts it on the floor. Now the pass top of the key to Andrews. Andrews looking inside, gets it back to Bott. Bott going to Good. Good, top of the key. Gets down low to Walsh. Walsh in the paint. The turnaround jumper up and good for Brooke Walsh inside. 6-0 now. Michelle Brooks of the Georgetown-Ridgefarm Lady Buffaloes wants a timeout. We'll see what it is.
Timeout called by the Buffaloes.
It's a full timeout. We will take it here on VermilionCountyFirst.com. 6-0, under 4 minutes left to play in the first quarter. Bismarck over Georgetown-Ridgefarm.
What's your idea of financial security?
Goal number 1. I want to make sure there's some kind of safety net for my family. Oh, just peace of mind. You know, no coulda, woulda, shouldas.
No matter where you're starting from, your country financial representative can provide you with a tangible plan to protect what you have today and plan for the future. At Country, we always ask, what's your idea of financial security?
Hi, I'm Bob Gurnian, your country financial representative in Danville. Call me today at 431-7502.
The Country Kitchen in Potomac is a family-owned and operated gym in rural Vermilion County. You'll enjoy fresh, delicious comfort food, generous helpings, and everything's homemade at the Country Kitchen. Come in for $5.99 lunch specials and weekend all-you-can-eat specials Friday through Sunday for only $10.95. Ask about the Country Kitchen's catering services for your next event or get-together. The Country Kitchen, 316 West State in Potomac. Open daily at 10:30, Tuesday through Sunday.
This is Keith Wilson.
Back here on VermilionCountyFirst.com for the 2015 Vermilion County Tournament Boys and Girls action today. Girls right now, game 3 of 3 for the girls, game 3 of 6 overall. Right now, the Bismarck-Henning Lady Blue Devils leading the Georgetown-Ridgefarm Lady Buffaloes 6-0. Matthew Gokin alongside me, Ken Skinner, as Georgetown-Ridgefarm turns it back over up the floor. The Lady Blue Devils have it. A quick 5 County Market Bakery turnovers for Georgetown-Ridgefarm as Walsh will drive inside. The stop and pop is good from Brooke Walsh. 8-0. Bismarck-Henning over Georgetown-Ridgefarm. Across the timeline. Brookshire picks it up. Now gets it to Bruce. Bruce swings it through. Drives left side. Picks up her dribble. Forces one inside over the head of Wolpert. And it goes out of bounds. Another turnover on Georgetown-Ridgefarm. 6 turnovers early for Georgetown-Ridgefarm. 8-0. Bismarck-Henning leading Georgetown-Ridgefarm. And Ken, what have you seen so far?
Well, Bismarck-Henning is looking really, really confident, and they, as I said earlier, they really know what they want to do with the ball. They go inside again.
Walsh missed it. But for Georgetown-Ridgefarm on offense, 6 turnovers already.
Yeah, and that's their plans look pretty good. They're getting some good shots, but it's also they've also missed many shots inside.
The three-pointer on the way from Glasgow, it's no good. Right back to Wolpert underneath, it's no good. And the Bismarck-Henning Lady Blue Devils pull it down. Walsh up the floor, has it off of the Georgetown-Ridgefarm defender's head.
That was odd.
Well, looks like there's going to be a push on Bismarck-Henning after the turnover.
Foul on Lindsay Andrews.
They're going to call it on Andrews.
First.
So now, Georgetown-Ridgefarm basketball. Across the timeline, this is Brookshire to Bruce. Bruce in the far corner. Bruce now skip pass underneath. Back top of the key to Glasgow. So now Bruce looks inside. She gets this one down low to Porter. Porter now across, and it's stolen by Nelson. Georgetown-Ridgefarm, another turnover. Back top of the key to Walsh. Walsh to Nelson. Nelson looking inside, has it on the far corner. Instead goes to Bott, top of the key. Bott to Good. Good. Now to Walsh. Walsh near side, forces one down low to Good. Good. No good. And Glasgow pulls it down for Georgetown-Ridgefarm. Up the floor, this is Glasgow with it. Across the timeline, they get it to their point guard, Brookshire, and then right back to Glasgow. She's trapped, and there's a timeout. Close to a 5-second call. Let's see what it is right here. If it's a full, we'll take it. If not, we'll keep it right here. 30-second timeout. Let's keep it here. Let's give a special mention to River Bottom Farms, First Illinois Credit Union, Country Financial Agents Dave Harvey and Mark Stutzman, Tilton Trophy and Awards, Berkey's Farm Store, Perry Jane's Insurance and Financial Services, Leonard Seed, Lato's Hardware, Tilton Pro Lube, Davin's Body Shop, Country Kitchen in Potomac, and Huffman Abstract and Title. Matthew Gokin alongside me, Ken Skinner, 8-0, 1 minute and 22 seconds left to go on the EPFCU's time and scoreboard. And Ken, so far we talked about Bismarck-Henning still playing a sloppy game, but they lead 8-0 because Georgetown just not getting the ball where they want it to go, and like we talked about, 7 turnovers early.
Right, and Bismarck-Henning is so long. I mean, they're just so much. They're so much taller team, a longer team, and I think a little more athletic.
So now we get this one going again. This is Glasgow to Bruce inside to Wolpert, and they pass it back out top of the key to their point guard, Audrey Brookshire. Brookshire with it, forces one down low to Porter. It's stolen away by Bismarck-Henning. And now Glasgow putting some pressure on Bismarck-Henning, and now they get it across to Nelson. Nelson now has it. Walsh just across the timeline will drive inside. Walsh going against Bruce. Walsh stop and pop in the lane, shot up and good for Brooke Walsh, and that's her shot right there.
Yeah, she's got that little floater down pretty good. She's hit several of those already. So
30 seconds left to go in the first quarter. 10-0. Wolpert, the little give and go to Brookshire. Brookshire off the glass, no good, and it's pulled down by Andrews.
They've tried that play several times. That's the first time they've really been able to get the cutter open and ended up not being able to make the basket.
So now Walsh driving inside, gets it to Andrews. Andrews near side in the right wing. They have to get a shot off. 3-2. They set a screen for Bott. Bott at the buzzer, no good. And that will end the first quarter of play. Bismarck-Henning 10, Georgetown-Ridgefarm 0 here in the 2015 Vermilion County Tournament here on VermilionCountyFirst.com.
This is Keith Wilson from Wilson's Body Shop, and I know choosing the right body shop is almost as hard as choosing the right position. You take your car in for an estimate, and almost all shops will have a different approach and price. So who do you trust? The answer is easy. Wilson's Body Shop. We've been doing quality repairs for over 30 years in the Danville area, and will continue to do so. So call us at 442-9372 or stop by at 809 South Street and let us get your car back on the road to good health.
You're a super fan who will tailgate anywhere. The pros? Check. College? Check. Your 8-year-old's Pee Wee game? Big time. And to prepare for this ritual, you head to Meijer for freshly prepared food and licensed team apparel. Proudly display allegiance to your favorite team with our licensed short and long sleeve tees, hoodies, hats, and jerseys. Plus, load up on fresh meats, snacks, and drinks. So don't just tailgate. Tail greater at Meijer.
Back at the 2015 Vermilion County Tournament at the David S. Palmer Arena, Matthew Gokin along with me, Ken Skinner, for Game 3 of the girls' action, Game 3 of 3, and like I mentioned earlier, 6 games today, 3 more boys' games coming up after this one. Right now, the Bismarck-Henning Lady Blue Devils leading the Georgetown-Ridgefarm Lady Buffaloes 10-0. After quarter number 1, the shot there by Georgetown-Ridgefarm is missed, and then a foul underneath by Hannah Glasgow. That's her second foul.
Hannah Glasgow, her second.
So now Bismarck-Henning will have it. Georgetown-Ridgefarm picks up 3-quarter court man-to-man defense against the Lady Blue Devils. This is Andrews going against Brookshire. And Andrews pulls it back out for the Blue Devils. Skip pass to Bott. Back to Andrews. Andrews driving baseline, and it's up and no good. And Porter will pull it down for the Lady Buffaloes. Across the timeline she will come. County Market Bakery fast break at the bucket, and she gets the floater to go.
Wow.
Sierra Porter.
Porter has 2 points, the first 2 points for the Lady Buffaloes. 10-2 your score. Across the way, Bismarck-Henning will have it. The new sub in the game, Grace Harris, into the game. She gets it to Bott, right back to Harris, top of the key. Now to Nelson. Nelson near side in the corner. She will drive baseline, stop and pop. Nelson no good, and it's pulled down by the Lady Buffaloes. Michelle Brooks, the head coach for the Lady Buffaloes, going against Mike Stevens, the coach for the Lady Blue Devils. This is Bruce with it for the Buffaloes, driving baseline, puts a shot up, no good. Lands in the lap of Wolpert. Wolpert off the glass, no good. She gets it back, and she is fouled underneath. It looks like it's going to go against Haley Johnson, maybe. And are they going to say Johnson?
Haley Johnson.
Yes, they did.
So now
checking into the game for the Blue Devils.
it's going to be Georgetown-Ridgefarm basketball underneath their own basket. And they get this one in. Porter from the baseline, no good. And Wolpert pulls it down. Left-handed layup up and good off the glass. And Kayla Wolpert has her first 2 points, 10-4. Georgetown-Ridgefarm cutting into the lead of Bismarck-Henning. The Blue Devils have it with the 6-point lead. 6 minutes and 30 seconds left to go in the first half. Andrews on the drive. She kicks it out, top of the key to Harris. Now to Bott. Bott, free throw line extended, puts it on the floor. Now gives it to the corner to Walsh. Walsh, 15-footer from the baseline, not there. Andrews is there, up for the shot, and she is fouled on the play. Brookshire will be called for the foul.
Very difficult
Aubrey Brookshire
to not foul on that play.
Team fourth. At the line for the Blue Devils, Lindsay
clean rebound and shot, but
Andrews hits the first Cellular One free throw. Switch to Cellular One's blazing fast 4G speeds and great rate plans for 2 months of free service to your local store to ask how. Good comes back into the game for the Blue Devils. Second shot on the way up and good off the glass from Andrews on the free throw. She hits 2 of 2. She has 3 points, 3 of 4 from the free throw line. 12-4, Bismarck-Henning leading the Lady Buffaloes of Georgetown-Ridgefarm. 6 minutes left to go in the first half. Brookshire across the timeline to Glasscott. Glasscott trapped in the corner after she picks up her dribble. Skip pass to Wolpert. Wolpert right in front of us, and it's going to go out of bounds. And it will be Bismarck-Henning Lady Blue Devils basketball. So another turnover on Georgetown-Ridgefarm. I have them at 10 turnovers in the game as Ella Nelson comes back in.
Ella Nelson.
One of our other broadcasters, Kane Walters, got in the way of that play.
Yeah, you're able to keep them out of here, so just keep protecting us down there. That's the main thing.
Under 6 minutes left to go in the first half. Walsh on the drive, no good. She hit the side iron. The putback by Andrews is no good, and Wolpert pulls it down for the Lady Buffaloes. Brookshire with it now, 12-4. Georgetown-Ridgefarm trailing Bismarck-Henning. Matthew Gokin alongside me, Ken Skinner. Here on VermilionCountyFirst.com, Brookshire fires one into the paint. It's stolen away by Nelson and the Blue Devils, as now Bott will have it. Bott gives it up to Walsh. Walsh drives inside. She gets a ball screen off the glass and good for 2 points. Was Brooke Walsh.
She kind of had that in her eye when she went by us here with the ball and just went right to the basket with it.
She saw the open lane and decided to take it herself. 14-4. Brookshire fires another one inside. It's stolen away up the floor. This is Nelson with it. Nelson going straight to the hoop, stop and pop from 15, and she knocks down the jumper.
Nelson.
16-4. Bismarck-Henning starting to open this one up against the Lady Buffaloes. 4 minutes and 30 seconds left to go in this first half. Now Brookshire fires another one into the paint. It's deflected out of bounds, and this time it will stay with Georgetown-Ridgefarm as Haley Watson will check in.
Number 35, Haley
really,
checking the game for the Blue Devils.
Blue Devils, any opportunity they get, they're going to run the ball. And they're going to run it right up the court, and they've been doing that. Their fast breaks work very, very well for them.
Glasscott trying to get it inbounds for the Buffaloes. She has it rejected, but it goes right back to her. She steps inbounds and decides to take it to the hole for the Buffaloes. Off the glass, no good. Looks like Bott blocked her shot. Now Walsh up the floor to Nelson. It's a 3-on-2 County Market Bakery fast break. And Bott will slow it down and actually turn it over now. She forces it back inside up the floor. Georgetown-Ridgefarm has it. Glasscott into the paint, has her shot blocked by Walsh. It looks like Walsh a little shaken up on the play along with Glasscott for Georgetown-Ridgefarm.
Stretched out that left arm, left shoulder a little bit. Just shake it off a little bit and it'll be okay.
So now, ref checks on all the players. They're ready to go. Georgetown-Ridgefarm under their own basket will get it to Bruce. Bruce will shoot the three on the way, no good. And a box out by number 3. That's Haley Johnson of the Blue Devils. Secures it and gives it up to Walsh. Walsh now driving up the floor to Andrews, near side right wing. Andrews on the drive. Picks up her dribble. Now back to Nelson. Nelson top of the key to Bott. Bott to Walsh. Walsh far side. Puts the ball on the floor. Drives to the hole. Stop and pop 15. In and out, no good. And it goes to Bruce and the Buffaloes. Under 4 minutes left to go in the first half. 16-4. The Georgetown-Ridgefarm Buffaloes with the ball. They trail right here on VermilionCountyFirst.com. Another bad pass by the Buffaloes. It's stolen away. Bismarck-Henning inside. Andrews is fouled, but she will go to the line for 2 shots. She missed a layup.
Been a bit of an uneven game so far for both teams.
On Emily Bruce, her first, team 5th.
Georgetown-Ridgefarm not playing a bad game on their defensive end, but their offensive game's been a little sloppy.
First one up and no good.
At the line for the Blue Devils.
So now checking back in, it's Grace Harris and Kayla Wolper for Bismarck-Henning and Georgetown-Ridgefarm respectively. Andrews back at the line, 6th free throw on the way. And she is 4 of 6 with 4 points. Second one good, cellular 1 free throws right there by Bismarck-Henning. They lead 17-4, 3 minutes and 30 seconds left to go in this first half. Brookshire with it to Bruce. Bruce for the Buffaloes has it. Looks inside, gets it to Brookshire. Brookshire splits the defenders. Ball on the floor. Wolper comes away with it, and it's a jump ball. It goes back. Or they're actually going to call a hold, excuse me. Foul on number 3. That's going to be on Haley Johnson.
Foul on Haley Johnson, her second, team 3rd.
Brookshire, the inbound, they get it to Wolper. Wolper, the handoff back to Brookshire in the corner. Brookshire on the drive. Floater no good, out of bounds. It will go to Bismarck-Henning.
Those are really tough shots to get. She was kind of sliding to her right and floating in the air, and to get it go back towards the basket's really tough. Floaters going from side to side don't work too well.
Now the inbound, Nelson up the floor to Andrews. Andrews will travel and turn it over for the Bismarck-Henning Blue Devils as she tried to stop and hand it off. 5 turnovers for the Lady Blue Devils. For Georgetown-Ridgefarm, 13 I have them at. So now the inbound, Bruce gets it to Brookshire. Brookshire across the 10-second line. 3 minutes left to go in this first half of play. The Lady Blue Devils over the Lady Buffaloes. Now Glasgow forces one. It's another turnover on the Buffaloes. 17-4. Andrews has it for the Lady Blue Devils. Basketball and the lead. Under 3 minutes left to play. This is Andrews to Nelson. Back to, it looks like, Johnson, Haley Johnson. Now back to Andrews. Now to Bott, free throw line extended, up and good again. And not only that, Bott with the 15-footer. This Bismarck-Henning Lady Blue Devils team, they are a great jump shooting team as well.
Well, they shoot very well, and get good open looks where they can really square up to the basket.
Bruce, when she caught the ball, was on the sideline, out of bounds. It's a turnover on the Buffaloes as now Mary Key comes in for the Georgetown-Ridgefarm Lady Buffaloes. 15, 1-5 turnovers in the first half for Georgetown-Ridgefarm. 2 minutes and 20 seconds left to go in this first half, too.
Yeah, you're not going to win too many with those kind of turnovers.
Bismarck-Henning basketball. That was Nelson. Nelson to Bott. Back to the top of the key to Johnson. Johnson on the drive kicks this one out. Andrews inside, and there's going to be a foul on Wolpert underneath the basket. Her second personal foul.
You know, and a lot of the turnovers that Georgetown-Ridgefarm has have really just been bad passes. They just haven't passed the ball well. Not even, some of it has been, dribbling out of bounds, stuff like that. But that's been the biggest problem. Just been bad passes initially.
Nelson to inbound to Andrews, and then Andrews in the corner hands it back to Nelson. Nelson to pass back to Andrews, and this one is no good. Offensive rebound. The Mervis Recycling rebound pulled down by the Lady Blue Devils. They keep it. 19-4. Nelson on the drive, off the glass, no good. And it's going to be Brookshire that comes away with it for the Buffaloes. One-on-one. Brookshire, Nelson at the bucket. Shot is no good, but she is fouled on the play. Brookshire will go to the foul line for 2 cellular 1 free throws right here.
Foul on Ella Nelson, her first. Team fourth. At the line for the Buffaloes,
So
Aubrey
now,
Brookshire.
Brookshire. First one, no good. Cellular One, switch to Cellular One's blazing fast 4G speeds and great rate plans to get 2 months of free service. See your local store to ask how. Brookshire up and no good on the second free throw. Ball on the floor. It comes down to Bott, the Blue Devils. She gets it to Andrews. Andrews up the floor. And here comes Brooke Walsh out of the locker room. So she may have had an injury to that shoulder. Andrews now top of the key to Bott. Bott to Nelson. Nelson far corner. She puts the ball on the floor and then gives it to the top of the key. This is Harris with it. Harris underneath, and that will stay with Bismarck-Henning. Abby Good and Brooke Walsh come back into the game for Bismarck-Henning, along with Watson for Georgetown-Ridgefarm.
Yeah, they were stretching out the shoulder over there. I noticed that one of the trainers was working with Walsh, kind of working the kink out of that shoulder, whatever it was.
19-4, the Lady Blue Devils with the basketball and the lead over Georgetown-Ridgefarm. 19-4 is the lead, and now Andrews forces one inside to Good. It's a turnover, and that is number 6 for the Lady Blue Devils. 79 seconds left to go before our First Savings Bank halftime show. As Brookshire brings it across, 60 seconds, 19-4, Buffaloes with the basketball. They trail the Lady Blue Devils. Pass deflected, and it will be out of bounds. It's going to go to the Buffaloes. So Brookshire will inbound for the Lady Buffaloes. Brookshire looking, and she just gets it to the outlet. This is Porter, but it's stolen away by Stephanie Bott up the floor. Bott will be fouled, and they're going to say it's on the floor.
Pretty good contact on that one.
It will be a foul on the floor, but the bonus will send Bott to the free throw line.
Team 7.
The 1-and-1 from the Cellular One free throw line. It's in and out, no good. Offensive rebound, the putback by Walsh, no good. She gets her own shot, this time too hard, no good. Putback by Bott, no good. Walsh missed another one inside, and it stays with the Lady Blue Devils. 4 offensive rebounds. Now Andrews. She doesn't leave it up for her teammates to get that one, and she hits the bottom of the net.
Yeah, that was quite a sequence of events there. Several different tips. And
Walsh, Bott, Walsh, and then Andrews pulled it out and then hit the long 2. Up the floor, Brookshire to Porter. Porter now skip pass to Key. Key now, Bruce, top of the key. 3-pointer up and good by Emily Bruce.
Only 3-pointers so far in this game.
So now 3-pointers brought to you by Tilton Trophy and Awards, and they're going to say a carry on Walsh is going to turn it over for the Blue Devils. 5 seconds, 21-7. Bismarck-Henning over Georgetown-Ridgefarm. Brookshire gets it, a ball screen. She heads right to the hole, forces one at the buzzer off the glass, too strong. And that's going to do it for the first half of play. 21-7, Bismarck-Henning, the Lady Blue Devils over the Lady Buffaloes at Georgetown-Ridgefarm here on VermilionCountyFirst.com. Our First Savings Bank halftime report coming up next.
Looking for health insurance? Not sure where to start? Start with Perry Janes. Perry Janes will find a Health Alliance plan that fits your budget.
I'm Perry Janes. Let me help you find the individual or group Health Alliance coverage you need. Call me today at 442-5151. That's 442-5151. Better yet, stop by my office at 17 East Liberty Lane, Danville.
Let Perry Janes get you started with a Health Alliance plan today. It's always bigger and better during Courtesy's 2015 New Year's Kickoff event. Every single car, truck, van, and SUV will be price slashed to start the new year off with a bang. They're moving them out at Courtesy and passing on factory rebates and discounts up to $12,000 off MSRP on select new models. There's no better way to start the new year than 0% financing for 72 months with as little as $99 down. Get a jump on the new year. Roll into Courtesy and roll out with the best new car deal in town. Courtesy Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram, 231 West Main Street in Danville.
You just need to go to one place to properly maintain your car, Tilton Pro Lube, your local Pennzoil shop, where you can get full-service oil changes with up to 5 quarts of bulk Pennzoil oil, light mechanical service, and tire rotation and balancing. Stop by Tilton Pro Lube today for your annual fuel filter and fuel injection cleaning. It's Tilton Pro Lube, top-notch service and convenience all in one. Tilton Pro Lube, your local Pennzoil shop at the corner of Ross Lane and Georgetown Road. Open Monday through Saturday, Tilton Pro Lube.
Up in abstract and title. Matthew Gokin alongside me, Ken Skinner. Like I mentioned, the Bismarck-Henning Lady Blue Devils leading at the half, 21-7 over the Lady Buffaloes of Georgetown-Ridgefarm. Ken, let's just go to your keys to the second half in this one.
Well, Georgetown-Ridgefarm has to take care of the basketball better. That's all there is to it. 15 turnovers is just not going to cut it, and I'm sure they know that. Their coach has been telling them, Michelle Brooks has been telling them throughout the halftime, you know, they got to handle the ball better and take care of the ball much better. As far as the Blue Devils, they just need to keep moving the ball around and getting their shots because they were getting pretty good ones.
All right, and I'm going to have you take over for just a moment as we figure some things out. Lady Blue Devils basketball to begin the second half, though.
Sure, no problem. Blue Devils with the ball. Now at the top of the key is Ella Nelson over to the right side. Now kick pass back to the other side, and back to Nelson on top. Nelson looks, fires over to the right. Shot is up and missed. Rebound to the Blue Devils. Up, shot up again. And a jump ball is called before the shot. Ball will go over to Georgetown-Ridgefarm. They had a couple of good looks in there, but the Georgetown-Ridgefarm was able to get a hand in there and get the ball stopped. Georgetown-Ridgefarm tries to get the ball inside to Walpert, does not work, and now the Blue Devils are coming the other way. There is Walsh with the ball over to Andrews. Andrews up with a shot off the back of the rim, and Walpert with the rebound for Georgetown-Ridgefarm.
All righty, well, I'll take back over.
Sure.
Kind of have to step aside when the boss texts you as we get some things figured out. But 21-7, the Lady Buffaloes leading, or excuse me, the Lady Blue Devils leading the Lady Buffaloes. It's Buffalo basketball. This is Glasscott inside. She gets the handoff to Bruce. But now the bad pass is stolen away up the floor. Bismarck-Henning up and good for Lindsay Andrews.
Not only was that a really nice play on the steal, but a crossover dribble to get past the defender who was on one knee and just took the ball right through the hole.
23-7, Brookshire splits the D off the glass too strong, and Bob pulls it down for the Lady Blue Devils. Now Walsh with it. Walsh up the floor to Andrews. Andrews right back at the hoop. She kicks it out. Walsh, the long two, up and no good. Bott right there, left-handed layup, up and no good, but she is fouled on the play. As Stephanie Bott will go back to the free throw line for 2 shots. Foul is going to be on
Sierra
Porter.
Team first. At the line for the Blue Devils, Stephanie Bott.
Stephanie Bott's going to the line here to take a couple of free throw shots. First one is up and off the side of the rim.
These free throws brought to you by Cellular One. Switch to Cellular One's blazing fast 4G speeds and great rate plans. For 2 months of free service, see your store to ask how, as Watson and Key come back in for Georgetown-Ridgefarm.
Second shot is up, and it's good.
Checking in the game for the Blue Devils.
As now checking in will be Haley Johnson.
Georgetown-Ridgefarm bringing the ball down is number 11, Brookshire. She's picked up at the top of the key. She drives to her right. There was a pass to the opposite corner of the court, and a shot is up and missed, and the rebound goes to Ella Nelson of the Blue Devils. Lindsay Andrews on the with the ball now over to Ella Nelson. Ella Nelson over to Stephanie Bott. Back to Nelson. Shot up and missed by the Blue Devils and rebounded by number 12, Emily Bruce of the Buffaloes. Lady Buffaloes with the ball. Tried to throw a pass underneath and thrown away. It will be Comet ball. Another turnover for Georgetown-Ridgefarm. And the Comets will be bringing the ball up the court. 24-7 is the score. The Blue Devils in the lead at 5:15 left in the third quarter. Shot is up and made by Stephanie Bott.
And Bismarck-Henning, we talked about it earlier in the first half, a great jump shooting team, and it's not like all these 26 points are off of layups. They have done a good job from shooting outside of the paint and knocking down a lot of 15-foot jumpers.
Right, it's nothing long. It's not like they're making these, trying all these three-pointers. There's another turnover on the Lady Buffaloes.
Number 10.
As now Hannah Glasscock comes back in for Bruce. But for Georgetown-Ridgefarm, really just shooting themselves in the foot on a lot of offensive opportunities. Not getting the ball inside, bad passes from the top of the key inside, and they have just not done a good job all game.
Right, and a lot of that has to do with Bismarck's defense. They play an excellent defensive game, and again, they are taller. They seem to have more length, more reach than Georgetown-Ridgefarm, and it's a different team. They're very well coached.
Olpert, the foul going to the free throw line will be Lindsay Andrews.
For the Blue Devils, Lindsay Andrews.
Timeout for Bismarck-Henning. Let's see if it's a full or a 30. It's a 30-second timeout. Let's take it anyway here on VermilionCountyFirst.com. 26-7. Lady Blue Devils over the Lady Buffaloes. 4.5 left to go for the third quarter.
Hi, I'm Mike Bryant with Bryant Industries. These days, it's hard to find good service. We pride ourselves on offering our communities exceptional service that we believe is the best in the area. In our clean and friendly environment, we offer drive-through recycling with added lanes for the fastest service possible. We buy aluminum cans, copper, brass, iron, tin, and farm equipment. We also offer free drop-off for paper, plastics, cardboard, and electronic scrap. And remember, we will always buy that old car, truck, or van, regardless of condition, with pickup in less than 24 hours in most cases. At Bryant Industries, we are your one-stop shop for all your recycling needs. Visit us at 1404 Warrington Avenue in Danville or on the web at bryantindustries.net. We know you have choices, and we appreciate that you choose us. Together, we are Bryant Industries.
Back here at the David S. Palmer Arena for the 2015 Vermilion County Tournament. Andrews at the free throw line for Bismarck-Henning. She misses a first cellular one free throw. Second one on the way. This one is up and good. 1 of 2 from the cellular one free throw line. Back the other way comes Georgetown-Ridgefarm with the basketball across the 10-second line. The lead at 20, 27-7. Lady Buffaloes trailing the Lady Blue Devils. However, the Buffaloes do have the basketball right now, driving baseline. This was key. She had it poked away and out of bounds. It will stay with the Lady Buffaloes underneath their own basket. Matthew Gokin alongside me, Ken Skinner. And Ken, you've been doing all 3 games besides Salt Fork because they had the day off, the number 1 seed in this tournament, quote unquote, with the round robin style. What have you seen from each team? And I know you don't have to talk specifically, but what stands out to you so far?
Well, this Blue Devil team gets lots of good shots, and I think they may have taken 1 3-point shot, maybe. In some of the other games, I mean, there was all kinds of 3-point shots that Armstrong-Potomac, when you look back, Mackenzie Vincent hit 5 3-pointers, and there were many more taken in that game, and there was several taken in the first game or second game, excuse me.
At the line for the Buffaloes,
that's been the thing that's impressed me about them is their ball movement and their shot selection is just terrific.
First one and second one right there by Glasscock is missed. It will stay with Georgetown-Ridgefarm as Ba loses it out of bounds. Georgetown-Ridgefarm, we talked, didn't score in the first quarter. So far in this third quarter, almost halfway through, they haven't scored in this one either. As now the inbounds goes to Brookshire. Spin move off the glass, no good. It stays with Porter, and she puts it up. It's no good for the Buffaloes. The Lady Blue Devils pull it down, and this will be Nelson up the floor as she got it from Johnson. Nelson across the 10-second line, up to Andrews. Andrews far side, that's the right wing. Now dribbles it right in front of us, top of the key. Georgetown-Ridgefarm and some man-to-man defense as Stephanie Bott pump fakes Sends Wolpert in the air. Bounce pass inside now. Good, no good. As Andrews on the putback, no good. It falls into Johnson's laps. Ball out of bounds, and it will go to Georgetown-Ridgefarm as Bismarck lost it.
I've also been really impressed with Bismarck's defense. Their man-to-man has been really good, been very tight. And that's another part of this game is the fact that both of these teams play man-to-man defense, whereas in the last game everybody was playing, both teams playing zones, and there was zone play in the first game as well.
So 27-7, Georgetown-Ridgefarm with the basketball. Brookshire loses her dribble. She does get it to Glasscott. Glasscott gets a ball screen, dumps it off to Key. Key from the wing, it's no good. And Brookshire comes away. Her shot is blocked by Andrews.
That was a nice block, nice clean block.
So now Andrews will bring it across the timeline. 3 minutes left to play in this third quarter. 27-7. You haven't seen Walsh, so maybe they're just resting her because they don't really need her in this one.
I think that's probably as much as anything else. They probably don't want to take any chances with that shoulder.
Bott now from 15. She gets it to go off the rim, off the backboard, and then it falls, for Stephanie Bott. In the game, she has 7 points for Bismarck-Henning. So now up the floor, this is Brookshire. Brookshire will be called for the carry and turn it over.
Checking in the game for the
Bott's got 5 in this half.
12,
She's had a really good
Bruce.
second half or third quarter. Her scoring's been good. Her defense has been excellent too.
So now another turnover on the Georgetown-Ridgefarm Buffaloes, and Ken, that has been the story of most of this game.
Yeah, it really has. The inability to take care of the basketball, and with forced and unforced errors, it's really kept them from being able to get into this game at all.
So now Bismarck-Henning will have the basketball after the turnover. This is Nelson, top of the key. Nelson has it. Now the handoff to Andrews. Andrews right back to Nelson on the right wing. She will go up with the shot. It's no good. It's short, out of bounds. Good touch it for the Lady Blue Devils. So it will go to Georgetown-Ridgefarm. Once again, the last game of the girls' action today. Armstrong-Potomac over Westville, 37-32. Oakwood, 40-20 over Hoofston area. Right now, 29-7. Bismarck-Henning over Georgetown-Ridgefarm in the girls' action. Inside, this is Wolpert. Wolpert off the glass, no good. She gets her own rebound, then a tie-up, but she pulls it away. Up with the shot, and she is fouled. Did not make the shot, so she will go to the free throw line for 2 shots. Foul is on.
Abby Good.
First second.
Team second. At the line for the Buffaloes, Kayla Wolpert.
This is going to be Wolpert. Wolpert. Up and good. So now, second one on the way. Bless me.
Yes.
I don't think I've ever sneezed. Second one on the way is good.
First 2 points of the half for the Lady Buffaloes.
29-9, the 20-point lead for the Bismarck-Henning Lady Blue Devils. They have the basketball as well. 1 minute and 40 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Andrews now near side to Bott. Top of the key to Johnson, right back to Andrews. Driving inside, this one goes to Bott. Free throw line jumper, up and no good. Brookshire pulls it down for the Lady Buffaloes, and she will bring it up the floor. Across the 10-second line. 1 minute and 20 seconds left to go in this game. Now to Bruce. Bruce, top of the key, in and out, no good. And Bott pulls it down for the Lady Blue Devils. In and out for the Georgetown-Ridgefarm, and then back the other way. Bismarck-Henning has it, and looks like they will take some air out of this one.
Yeah, it was kind of in and out off the backboard even. That was
Johnson with it. Top of the key for the Blue Devils to Nelson. Nelson to Andrews. Andrews back top of the key to Bott. Now to Johnson. Johnson back to Andrews. Back to Bott. Bott back to Nelson. Top of the key. They're working it around the perimeter right here for Bismarck-Henning. Trying to break Georgetown-Ridgefarm down on defense. This is Nelson to Andrews. In the wing, far side to Bott. Bott, power dribble, now to Johnson, to Nelson. Nelson's going to drive inside, back to Bott, far side on the wing. Bounce pass, top of the key. It's stolen away by Porter and Georgetown-Ridgefarm. 20 seconds left to go. Now up the floor, this is Bruce with it. Bruce pump fakes, gets it to Brookshire, right back to Bruce. Bruce forces one from the corner and knocks down the long two.
Emily
Nice
Bruce.
ball movement right there.
5 seconds left to go in this quarter. 29-11. Andrews across the timeline. Shot at the buzzer by Bott. No good, and that will end the third quarter of play. So quarter number 4 coming up when we come back. Bismarck-Henning 29. Georgetown-Ridgefarm 11 here on VermilionCountyFirst.com.
What's your idea of financial security?
Well, not thinking too far ahead, I want to make sure my new 16-year-old driver is protected.
Financial security would be retiring when I want, where I want.
No matter where you're starting from, your country financial representative can provide you with a tangible plan to protect what you have today and plan for the future. At Country, we always ask, what's your idea of financial security?
Hi, I'm Patrick Williams, your country financial representative in Danville. Call me today at 442-8711.
It doesn't matter if you work in an office or you're working to rebuild a road. When it's lunchtime, it's crunch time. So get up and go to Little Caesars and pick up a large hot and ready pepperoni pizza for just $5. No need to call ahead. We know you're in a hurry. That's why our large $5 hot and ready pizzas are always fresh out of the oven, ready whenever you walk in. So when you're being crunched, there's no better lunch than a $5 hot and ready pizza from Little Caesars.
Pizza. Valid at participating locations. Prices may vary.
Back here at the David S. Palmer Arena for Game 3 of 3 in girls action. After this one, we finally get a break, Ken, and then you're out of here. But the first 3 games so far, this one about to wrap up. 8 minutes left to go on the clock. Bismarck-Henning 29-11, just dominating this Georgetown-Ridgefarm team.
Yeah, they really have, and it's been a little bit of Bismarck-Henning being really, really good, and it's been a little bit of Georgetown making a lot of unforced errors.
We start the fourth quarter of play. Abby Good misses it. So a rebound for Georgetown-Ridgefarm, a crossover dribble from Brookshire. Brookshire now on the corner to Bruce. Bruce to Brookshire, inside to Wolpert, off the glass, and good for 2 points. And that's a high note for Georgetown-Ridgefarm. A little bit of movement with the basketball, then they go inside to Wolpert.
Yeah, they looked really good on that sequence.
Back up the floor. This is Blue Devil basketball. They still lead 29-13, top of the key. For the Blue Devils, this is Harris with it. Harris will have it deflected out of bounds by Brookshire, and it will stay with the Lady Blue Devils. Harris to inbound. She will get this one into Andrews. Andrews, top of the key to Bott now back to the top of the key to Harris. Harris far side. This is Andrews with it. Andrews top of the key. Back to Johnson. Johnson to Harris. Harris in front of us. Looking inside. Has it stripped by Porter, but she gets it back, and it will go to Bott. Free throw line extended. Now top of the key to Andrews. Andrews now far side. Back to Johnson. Bismarck-Henning taking a lot of time off this clock right here.
Yeah, they're just trying to shorten the game up a little bit, take some time off, and they know they've got enough points. They just need to.
Georgetown trying to run and jump some of the passes. This one goes out of bounds and into the stands.
Yeah, that went into the seats.
Do you think Coach Millis for Westville would have caught that basketball when he first sat down? I didn't think he probably didn't think so, but he does catch that one. It's a full timeout. Let's take it here on VermilionCountyFirst.com. Lady Blue Devils 29, Lady Buffaloes 13 here on VermilionCountyFirst.com. 6.5 minutes left to go in the game.
At Danville Napa Auto and Truck Parts, Napa Know-How isn't just a catchy jingle. With ASE certified parts specialists, our Napa Know-How team has over 200 years combined experience. They include some of the best people in the parts business, whether it's heavy-duty truck, paint and body supplies, agriculture, small engine, or marine. We have one goal, to provide the best parts with the best service for our customers.
Visítanos en Napa para tus necesidades de partes donde se habla español.
Come and see us at Danville Napa Auto and Truck Parts for all your parts needs.
Vehicles are vehicles. However, at Bryant Chevrolet Buick in Attica, Indiana, our lifetime Attica residents Carl Scott, George Nolan, and Richard Crawford, or Danville residents John, Mark, or Larry Bryant, helping your family find the exact vehicle. Or Stan Haas with your financing needs. Rusty Kirby, John Wolf, Alan Ashwell, Bill Figueres, Brandon Belt, Eric Griffin, and William Brown, keeping them running smooth. Or Larry Pruitt and George French, keeping them looking good. Debbie Gladding and Don Sexton in the office. Or one of our 19 drivers. It's all about families, and these people make the difference. Bryant Chevrolet Buick.
Back here at the 2015 Vermilion County Tournament here on VermilionCountyFirst.com. Wolpert fouls Bott as we begin The basketball game back up. 6 minutes and 16 seconds left to go in this game. Georgetown-Ridgefarm trailing 13-29 to Bismarck-Henning, the Lady Blue Devils. Stephanie Bott at the free throw line. First foul shot up and no good. Free throws brought to you by Cellular One. Switch to Cellular One's blazing fast 4G speeds and great rate plans to get 2 months of free service to your local store. To ask how. Bott, second free throw up and good. 30-13. Brookshire will have this one for Georgetown-Ridgefarm across the 10-second line. And you see Bismarck-Henning trying to put in some subs right here.
Right.
Trying to give their starters a break as Nelson will come back in next dead ball possession. Wolpert inside for the Buffaloes. No good. She gets her own rebound and then loses it out of bounds. It will be Bismarck-Henning basketball as Nelson comes in.
Into the game for the Blue Devils, Ella Nelson.
6 minutes left to go in this game.
Yeah, they're trying to bring new players in and give the other players rest. As you said earlier, I'm sure Walsh has done it for the day. No reason to bring her back in with any kind of an injury. So
Salt Fork, the #1 seed for this girls basketball tournament here on the 2015 Vermilion County tournament. So Salt Fork not playing today, but you saw every other team before this, and then of course this game as Nelson misses that one, pulled down by Georgetown-Ridgefarm. So we didn't get to see Salt Fork play, but not only that, we'll get to see them throughout the week. And then the #1 seed, you assume that they'll be in the championship game. So it's a little different, like I talked about a couple of years past. Milford dropped out as Georgetown-Ridgefarm turned it over, and then back up to 4. This is Bott with it, but more of a round-robin tournament. Everyone plays each other, 2 groups, 4 groups, 4 teams in one group, and then 3 groups in the other. So that one group of 4, which includes Salt Fork, has a day off throughout the week.
Right. Right. It's been an interesting way to do the tournament. I think it's been helpful for all the teams.
Second, team 4. Checking in the game for the Blue Devils,
number one. This is Alyssa Bell. The #1 seed for the boys is the Oakwood Comets. Trying to get this one in. This one goes to Johnson, but stolen away by the Buffaloes. This is Brookshire with it. A 3-on-1 County Market Bakery fast break floater, no good. And it will come down to Nelson and the Lady Blue Devils. 5 minutes left to go in this game, 30-13, and let's see if Bismarck-Henning, like you mentioned earlier, takes a little air out of the basketball and just passes this one around. Nelson, far side. It goes to Hughes, It's 25 Harris. Harris to Bell, now to Johnson, right back to Harris. Right back to Alyssa Bell, the new sub. She drives baseline, picks up her dribble, and now gives it to Nelson. Nelson gets a ball screen. She will drive in back to Bell, and Bell's not there, but she saves it. Bell, top of the key, looks, and finally puts it on the floor. Back to Nelson. Nelson, far side. Drives in now. Hughes knocks it down from the baseline, or Harris, Harris with the basket. That's her first 2 points of the game.
Again, nice ball movement, which has been characteristic of the whole game for them. They really get the ball moving, and you get the defensive player moving their feet that much, and eventually somebody's going to be open.
Brookshire tries to stop and pop. It's no good. It goes out of bounds under 4 minutes left to go. As checking into the game, number 12.
Checking into the game for the Blue Devils, number 11, Allison Duncan. 12, Jenna Russell.
Jenna Russell will come in. So Allison Duncan and Jenna Russell for this Lady Blue Devils team. See how much longer Georgetown waits to empty the bench. Still playing with a lot of their starters out on the floor. Right in front of us, this is Duncan with it. Duncan now, top of the key, working it around. Bell now to Johnson. Johnson puts it on the floor and has it dipped and stolen away by Georgetown-Ridgefarm. Glasgow with it. Going straight to the hole and then spin move on the baseline. Now a little hesitation and goes right to the hole, and she is fouled on the floor. So they call this one on
foul on Grace Harris. First, team 3rd.
Ball goes to the inbound. This is Bruce in the corner. Shot up, no good, and it's pulled down by the Buffaloes. Put back, not there. Saved by the Buffaloes again. This is Glasgow with another Mervis Recycling rebound. Glasgow looking for the ball screen. She gets one from Porter. Now inside it goes to Wolpert. Porter keeps it alive for the Buffaloes and then puts it up and doesn't get it to go, but an offensive rebound by Brookshire and one as she finishes in the lane.
Nice move on her part to grab that offensive rebound and just get it right back up, and got a pretty good hit out of it, and has a chance to make the old-fashioned three-point play.
Team fourth, the basket was good.
Fouls on Johnson.
By Aubrey Brookshire.
And she cannot connect with the three-point play, missing from the cellular one free throw line. Across the 10-second line is Bismarck-Henning. With the basketball, this is Harris. Harris now to Bell. Bell in and out, no good. Harris right there, put back off the glass and good for 2 points. Grace Harris again.
Grace Harris.
Nice job of offensive rebounding and blocking out and get that ball right back up. That's the important part about it, is get the ball right back at the basket.
Brookshire in the lane, hits the deck, but gets the floater to go for another 2 points. 34-17, the lead now for the Bismarck-Henning Lady Blue Devils. 2 minutes and 20 seconds left to go in this game. Blue Devil basketball, top of the key. This is Johnson with it. Johnson now kicks this one out to Harris. Harris will travel and turn it over for the Lady Blue Devils, excuse me. Bruce to inbound with 2 minutes left to go in this game. 34-17. Bismarck-Henning doubled up Georgetown-Ridgefarm here early. Now three-pointer, Glasgow, no good, and it will be out of bounds. Bismarck-Henning Blue Devil basketball. Like you said, a couple Tilton Trophy and Awards three-pointers in this game.
But not many.
Not many.
Not even that many attempts.
Now, Blue Devils turn it over.
Nice steal.
This is Bruce with it, a 3-on-1. County Market Bakery fast break. Brookshire at the hole, it's no good. And it's pulled down by number 25. This is Grace Harris. Harris off of the rebound, up the floor, coast to coast, no good. And Wolpert tied up inside. And she hits the deck hard. It's going to be Buffalo basketball. Checking into the game, this is number... For the Georgetown-Ridgefarm Lady Buffaloes, it's Watson. We're going to call the foul on Bell.
Checking in for the Buffaloes, number 35, Haley Watson.
Buffaloes have it. 34-17, they trail. 90 seconds left to go in this basketball game. This wraps up the girls' action. After this, 3 boys' games here on VermilionCountyFirst.com. A Buffalo turnover and then up the floor. Brookshire gets the steal down low, and then she comes away with the basketball after some sloppy play. Now inside the glass, and she will travel and turn it over. She saw an open lane to the basket and just took off with it.
Just like, yeah, you got to put the ball on the floor. You can't just take that step.
Buffalo's kind of laughing about it. 34-17, Brookshire steals it away, and now up the floor she will go with it. County Market Bakery turnover, and now a fast break for the Buffaloes, and Brookshire will be fouled. And she will go to the free throw line for 2 foul shots. So far on the day, 0 of 3 from the line.
Foul on Grace Harris, her second, team 6.
First one up and in and out, no good from the cellular one free throw line. Brookshire, next one up and no good. Out of bounds, it will go to Bismarck-Henning. 63 seconds left to go in this game, and I'm sure you'll probably see Bismarck-Henning try to pound this one out unless Georgetown-Ridgefarm gets a steal right here. Across the timeline, this is Harris, had it almost ripped away. Now she hits the deck, ball on the floor, and it's going to be Bismarck-Henning basketball as they come away with it. They force one inside. This is Glascott with the steal. Steal up the floor, Glascott. Coast to coast, passes it up to Brookshire. Brookshire off the glass, no good. Porter off the glass, no good, and Bismarck-Henning pulls it down with the basketball. This is Johnson. Johnson now to Harris. Harris trying to get it across the 10-second line, and Harris will do it by the bounce pass up to Johnson. Johnson pulls this one out. 20 seconds left. 34-17, Bell has it. Now top of the key. This is Duncan with it. Duncan inside, shot up and no good, pulled down by Porter, and the last 10 seconds will probably just run off here. Georgetown-Ridgefarm will get the last shot inside. Glasgow turns it over for the Buffaloes, and dribbling out the basketball will be Harris. For the Bismarck-Henning Lady Blue Devils, they defeat the Georgetown-Ridgefarm Lady Buffaloes by a score of 34-17 here on VermilionCountyFirst.com. When we come back, we will wrap up the first session of today's basketball action here on VermilionCountyFirst.com.
This is Deanna Witzel from your Vermilion County McDonald's. Our family and staff enjoy being a part of your family's lives. From a stop at McDonald's on your way to work, or planning a lunch with friends or coworkers, we understand
that you need quick and friendly service with hot and fresh food. I'm Don Witzel, and we strive to fill that need every day. Whether you're on your way home
from school or work, your Vermilion County McDonald's is waiting to serve you an afternoon snack or a family dinner. This is Rob Witzel along with my sister Katie.
We invite you to stop at your favorite Vermilion County McDonald's today. At McDonald's, we're a part of every community.
How come insurance companies tell me I can save 40% before they even know what I need?
How come nobody told me